column as age and y-axis as fair. One more, this fair is one more column of the data set. Fair. Okay, where are these X and Y? Where is this age and fair? It is available in the data. The name of the data frame is Titanic. Okay, let us see what this plot shows. See here. So this is a combination of two plots. One is on the age column you have the histogram. On the fair column also you have the histogram. And this is the relationship between age and fair. So you have a bivariate plot and one univariate plot on age and one more univariate plot on the y-axis. X-axis distribution, y-axis distribution, combination of these two. This is called as joint plot. You have one more plot called as pair plot. What is the joint distribution? The bivariate distribution among pair of columns in the data set. Okay, let me write down the text. This is pair plot. Pair plot is multiple pairwise bivariate distribution plots. Just to see what is this means. SNS, it is available in Seaborn. Pair plot. Okay, this is the pair plot. What is the data set? On the data set Titanic, for every pair of columns, you are going to have the grid of, what is pair plot? Titanic, what is the spelling? Titanic, okay, T-I, spelling is wrong, okay. So you will have a grid of plots, bivariate plots. It will take some time because for every pair of columns, you have to draw the plot. You have to draw the plot between every pair of columns. So it is taking, see here, you will have a grid of these plots. So what are the different columns? Passenger is one column, survived is one column, P class, age, sibling special, patch, fair. Again, on the x-axis also you will have the same columns. Between two columns, you are drawing a bivariate plot. So this is one more. Okay. So with this Titanic data set, we have shown different plots, and other plots we will take another data set, the housing data set. Housing data set is about based on the features of the house. How many bedrooms are there? How many bathrooms are there? What is the area of the house? Then other properties of the house. Based on this, what is the price of the house? So the housing data set is about, given the features of the house, you want to estimate the price of the house. So for that, we will take one more data set. This data set is available in Kaggle. Okay, so we will upload that KC housing data set. I already downloaded and kept. Okay, so let me read from the CSV file into the data frame, into the table. So I'll say house variable. I'll just give the name of the table as house. How do I take from the file into the data frame? Read underscore CSV. Read from the CSV file. Okay, what is the file name? I have to give it in quotes. What is the file name? I'll copy from here. KC house data CSV. I'll copy the path. Okay. So just give the file name here. Okay, so how many values are there? How many rows are there? How many columns are there? So this is the table. ID is one column, date of, I think date of observing this, noting this observation, price of the house, number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms, what is the area of the house, number of floors, whether it has waterfront and other properties. Okay, so let us see. House dot info will give you all the information. How many columns are there? What are the column names? Column name, this is the column name. How many values are there? How many non-null values are there? What is the data type of each column? Everything is given in info. You also have one more called describe. Describe will tell you for all the numeric columns, what is the count, how many values are there, what is the mean of that column, what is the standard deviation, what is the minimum value, first quartile, median, third quartile, maximum value. For all the numerical values, you will get the data, description of the entire data set. Okay, so let us take this data set and we will use some of the plots. Now you know the scatter plot. How do you know what is the relationship between? So in this, you have the square foot living, area of the house. How is area of the house mapping to the price of the house? How the price of the house is dependent on square foot living. Whether the price of the house is depending on the number of floors the house has. Whether the price of the house is depending upon the number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms, and so on. So your scatter plot is to see the relationship between two variables. Okay, so we will see the scatter plot. Scatter plot. So this is for relationship between two variables. Two columns, two variables in the sense two columns in this case. So we want to see the relationship between the square foot living of the house and the price of the house. So we can plot the scatter plot. Okay. So on the x-axis, we will take, which column we will take? We will take square foot living, SQFT living on the x-axis. On the y-axis, we will take what is the price of the house. Okay. Now we want to see the relationship between these two, x and y. So for which you have the scatter plot. PLT dot, I already imported all this, what is that? Libraries, required libraries, matplotlib, pandas, cborn, everything I have already imported. Okay, so let me use the scatter plot of matplotlib. PLT dot scatter. This is for scatter plot. What is on the x-axis? X-axis is your house, square foot living of the house. Y-axis. Okay? See, what is the relationship between the square foot living and the price of the house? So shall we give labels to the x-axis? PLT dot x label. What is the x label? This is area of the house. Area of the house is on the x-axis. On the y-axis, you have price. PLT dot y label is your price. Okay, so if I give show it gives a nice picture. So on the x-axis, you have area of the house, y-axis is price. Similarly, you can give the title. You can also give other parameters while plotting. Scatter x comma y, x-axis, y-axis. I can also here, what is the marking for each point? For each point, you have used dot as the marking. You can also change the marks. So you can say marker is equal to, you want to use stars instead of dot. Okay, put star. So here instead of dots, you are putting stars. You can also specify what is the width of the marker. You can also specify the color of the marker. Okay, so line width is equal to maybe some 2. What should be the size? See, the size of the marker increases. You increase a little bit more. Some 4 I give. Okay, the size of the marker increases. Similarly, you can also specify the color of the marker. Color is equal to, shall we give some yellow? Okay, so that is how it changes. So you can specify number of parameters. You can also give X ticks. You can also specify the grid, what we have done earlier. So we will specify the grid dot grid. Okay, you will also get the grid lines. Okay, so this is to form the relationship between two variables. You want to see the trend. As the area of the house increases, the price of the house is also increasing. That means area of the house determines the price of the house. Similarly, you can also see the relationship between the number of floors in the house and the price of the house. So let me quickly copy, because we have less time, I cannot do many things. Okay, instead of square foot living, let me take floors. What is the relationship between the number of floors and the price of the house? Number of floors is only some few values are there, up to 3.5 floors only, from 1 to 3.5 only. Okay, now you heard of regression. Now that the area of the house determines the price of the house, you want to fit the regression line between these two variables. Okay, so you can also plot the regression plot. So for that you have in SNS reg plot. Reg plot is regression plot on X is, I'll redo this. So your X is the square foot living, Y is the price. So I want to draw a regression, scatter plot and also regression line. So X, comma, Y, okay? You want to draw the regression plot between these two. See here. So it will draw the scatter plot and it will also fit the regression line between these two variables. This is the regression line. Okay, regression is very important when you, many of you will be doing the regression regression model for finding out the relationship between the two variables. Okay, so that is regression plot. You can also have bar plots, pie plots and so on. So for this I have taken one more data set. So I load the data set. This COVID data set is there. So COVID cases. Okay, so I have saved the number of confirmed cases recovered cases and deceased cases for different states in India. Okay, so I'll say COVID is equal to PD dot read CSV, and the COVID data set, where is it? Copy the path. Okay, so what all I have saved in this is in the COVID data set. So what is the state? I have taken only some 7 states, the top 7 states which are leading in the COVID cases. What is the state name? The state latitude and longitude, which I will be using for the maps. How many confirmed cases are there? How many recovered cases are there in each of these states? Okay, so first let us draw the pie chart on the confirmed cases. Okay, so this we will draw a pie chart. When do you use a pie chart? Pie chart is when you want to see the proportion out of the total. How many, what is the proportion of Maharashtra in the confirmed cases out of the total cases of this data set? What is the portion of Maharashtra's among the confirmed cases? Okay, so pie chart is for finding out the proportion among or portion of the portion from the total. Okay, so you have in the matplotlib, you have the pie chart, and you want to see the confirmed cases, each state how it is contributing to the confirmed cases. So how do I get confirmed? So I want to draw a pie chart on the COVID table, the COVID data frame, and in that COVID data frame, I want to take the confirmed cases. Okay, so this is the pie chart. So it is not very clear which state is what. Okay, which state is what we don't know. So what we will do is now we will modify, we will give the parameters to this. Okay, so how do I give the parameters? What all the parameters we can give? We want to use the legend. What is this blue portion for? What is the orange portion for? And all that. So here I will give comma labels. We want to give the labels. Okay. What is the label? Of state. Of COVID of state. We want to give the labels for that. So this is the different labels for each slice of the pie chart. So the labels I have taken from this column, the state column, I have taken the labels. Okay, then you want to see what is the percentage of each state. Okay, we also want to get the percentage. Auto percentage, PCT, okay, is equal to, we want to specify as, what is the percentage, some 13.5, 14.5 like that. We want to specify 1 decimal place in the floating point form. Yes. Okay, let me show it so that this part will not be visible. So I will just say plot dot show so that all that this text will go. No, where did we go wrong? Oh, I have to put it in quotes. Okay. So we want to show it as a fraction with 1 decimal place. Okay. So in each slice, you will get what is its percentage. Maharashtra contributed for 29.9. Other states also. Now suppose I want to highlight one of that, who is having a very large value and who is having a very small value. Among this very small value is UP. Very large value is Maharashtra. I want to highlight those two so that the picture is more attractive. So, okay, for that we have to use what is called as, I'll directly type it here, explode. Explode means that the slice will little come out from the circle. Explode is equal to, what is that you want to highlight? Maharashtra and UP. Where is Maharashtra? First one is Maharashtra. Second, third, fourth, fifth is UP. So I have to specify as first is Maharashtra. So I just want to bring it little outside, 0.2. Others I don't want to do anything. Okay, 0. And UP also we want to bring out little. Which one is UP? Which part? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth one. Okay, fifth one, 0.3. I want to bring that slice little bit away. Okay, others I don't want. Totally 7 states are there. 7 states are there. I have to give the explode. First one, first value Maharashtra. That slice will come out from the circle little bit. Wherever I have given non-zero, see here. Maharashtra I have given 0.2. That means this slice is pulled away from the circle so that it is highlighted. Okay. Similarly for others I didn't do anything. But for the UP, I have given the explode value as 0.3. So it is between 0 and 1. So if I have given as 0.3, this slice is pulled out a little bit. Okay. I can also specify the figure size. Before it is a very small figure, I can also specify the figure size. Okay. PLT dot figure of figure size. You can give in terms of what should be the size, maybe some 8/6. Now the size of the figure increases. Similarly, you can give the titles and so on. Okay, this is about the pie chart. Similarly, you have a bar chart where you want to compare the things. Bar for comparative purposes. Compare the quantities. Okay, so for bar chart, you have BAR, PLT dot bar. Okay, bar chart of what? You want to draw the bar chart of confirmed cases. So COVID of confirmed. Oh, sorry, one more. Confirmed cases. What is on the x-axis? X-axis is, you have to give the x-axis and y-axis. X-axis is x is equal to COVID of states. On the x-axis, you will have the states. State. Okay, comma, on the y-axis you have the confirmed cases. X-axis y, this is y. Y is equal to. No. State confirmed, one positional argument. COVID state versus, let me remove this. Okay. So on the x-axis you have the states, on the y-axis you have the confirmed cases. Why this has come as 18, it is Volta. Delhi is showing the highest. Huh? Okay, let me see the confirmed cases. Oh, okay. So I will take the values as some points, or we will take the recovered cases. That will give you a better picture. So shall we take the values, because one is in 18 lakhs, the confirmed cases 18 lakhs, but other is only 5 lakhs. There is a large difference. So shall we take the recovered cases to see better? Recovered. Okay. So this is giving a better one. So confirmed cases, what is the comparison of the confirmed cases among different states? Okay. Now, you can also draw a horizontal bar. Not only vertical bars, you can also draw horizontal bars. Bar H is for horizontal. Okay, you can also draw a bar, horizontal bar. You can also compare the confirmed cases and recovered cases in the same graph. Okay, so let us see. In the same graph, you can have both.
Actually, even
No, I'll use the vertical bar to be more clear. Confirmed, and so I think the data I have to take is one is 18 lakhs, another is 5 lakhs. There is a large difference. So if I take in points, I'll get a better one. So let me put it in X. X is equal to COVID of confirmed. Okay, what is X? Display X. Okay, so this I want to convert into the decimal values so that you get the correct figure. So how do I? Shall I change my data set? COVID cases. So here I will take, instead of 18 lakhs, no, 18.5 lakhs. So here I will take 8.7 lakhs. Okay, 8.7 lakhs. This is 8.9 lakhs. Okay, this is 7.9. 5.5. What is this here? 5.5 lakhs. 6.3. You have to have a better vision of the. Okay, let me save this. This is also, what is this? 1,70,000, 73,000. So 1.7, 85 means 0.85, 0.85 lakhs, 0.85 lakhs, 0.85, 0.76, okay, 0.57, 0.52, 0.56. What if I take like this? Okay, save it. Yeah. Okay, I have to upload again. Because I have made some changes, I have to upload again. So I'll read COVID is equal to PD dot read CSV of whatever the data set is. Let me remove the earlier data set, delete the data set, delete the file. Okay. Now I'll upload again. Upload COVID cases. Okay, copy the path. Okay. Now let me copy this. PLT dot on x-axis, what is that you want to have? So PLT dot bar of COVID. On the x-axis, you will have the state. Okay, on the quantities, you will have COVID of confirmed. And show it. PLT dot show. Okay. So now these are the small values in terms of 0 to 20 only, because we have converted them into decimal values in terms of lakhs. So let us give one more graph on this. Draw another graph in the same chart. One is on the confirmed cases. One more we want to draw on the recovered cases. This is recovered. See there, one is overlapping with the other. The confirmed cases and the recovered cases, they are overlapping, but we want them side by side. Okay, to have them side by side, we have to first display the confirmed cases, give some gap after the first bar, then write the recovered cases. Okay, so to do that, after plotting one bar, for the recovered cases, next to this blue bar, I have to put the orange bar, which is recovered cases. Okay, so to do that, what I will do is I'll specify the width. Okay, so here, copy. So what we will do is, we'll specify the width of the bar. Okay, for the first bar, what is the width? I'll specify as how many values are there in the confirmed, length of confirmed. I have so many values in the confirmed. I want to go from 0 to, suppose I have 7 values, 0, 1, 2, 3 up to 6. That is getting the range. I want to convert into a list. Don't worry about all this. So we are just specifying what is the position for the confirmed cases. Okay, just to display what is IDX. Confirmed. FIRMUD. Okay, not confirmed directly. COVID of okay, confirmed is in okay. So the values 0, 1, 2, 3 up to 6. Now why I am taking this is to specify the position of the confirmed bars and recovered bars. So I will take one more for the recovered bars, one more index. IDX1 is equal to, I'll prepare the labels for the conformed also. Okay, so I plus 0.2. This is only to give the space between them for I in IDX. IDX1. Okay, so first bar will start at 0 for conformed. For the recovered, it will start at 0.2 place. For the second state, the conformed will start at 1. The recovered will start at 1.2. Okay, now I'll specify the width of the bar. You can specify the width of the bar. For the conformed cases, I'll specify the width to be 0.2. Okay, and what is the label? I can also give the label is equal to conformed, because I have two bar graphs in the same plot. I have to give the label to each one. Okay, so here instead of a state, I will take that IDX as x-axis for the first graph. For the second graph, I will take IDX1 as the x-axis. The x-axis. Okay, recovered cases. Here, I'll also specify the width to be 0.2. And what is the label? This is the label for the second graph is recovered. Okay, just to see the graph now. See here, now it has come side by side. One is the conformed cases, other is the recovered cases. Did we give the what is for conformed, what is for which color is for conformed, which color is for the recovered? To give that, I gave the label, but it is not appearing on the graph. So I'll say plot dot legend. Now you will have blue is for confirmed, orange is for recovered. But what is appearing on the x-axis? What is the x-axis label? What is the y-axis label? Y-axis is PLT dot y label. What is the y label? Y label is some cases. Conformed cases or recovered cases. Okay. What is X label? X label. Okay. X label is states. Okay. Are we just to see the graph again? States X label, cases is Y label. But what are the ticks here? The ticks are not correct. 0, 1, 2, 3, not. I have to get the states, state names. So for that, I have to use ticks. PLT dot X ticks. Okay. Instead of IDX, you want to have the labels as states. Okay. State is COVID state as the ticks. Okay. Now you have the, instead of those 0, 1, 2, 3, you have the X ticks as, in place of IDX, you are giving COVID state names as the ticks. You can also specify how those ticks should appear. Rotation is equal to some 60 degrees. Display the ticks at 60 degrees or 45 degrees. So the graph is more neat. Okay. So this is about the bar graphs. Then you have very advanced graph libraries called as word clouds. We'll go to word clouds. What is word cloud? So given the text, given a page, how many different words are there? What is the frequency of each word? Depending upon the frequency of each word, the font of that word will go on increasing. You must have seen the word clouds. Word cloud. So you will be displaying different words, font size depends upon frequency of the word in the text. Frequency of the word. So you can also create word clouds in Matplotlib. Okay. For that you have to import from word cloud import word cloud. Okay. So you may also require stop words. Stop word means all these prepositions, all these small stop words means this the, for, in, these combining words are nothing but stop words. So let us import that. Okay, so this is regarding the text. In a given text, how many words are there? How many times each word is appearing? So you require some text file. So for that, we will take some wines data set. I will upload wine data set. Where is wine data set? Wine review data set. Okay, I'll save it into Word pd dot read csv. Okay, wine data set is still, it is taking long time. It is taking long time for uploading because it is a very big data set containing some text files also, reviews, some review files. Oh, I should have loaded long back. Okay. Taking long time. So before that, let me go to the next one and go on adding this. Okay. So in this wines data set, there is a column called a description. Okay. So how do I create the word cloud? Word is equal to, I have to create an object of word cloud, create an object, okay, and you want to generate the word cloud on the given text file. We'll add one more before that. So I can use plt dot image show. You want to show the picture. Image show of word interpolation is equal to, I'll tell you what is this. Oh, long time, taking very long time. I should have taken only small data set. Still, I have to do maps. One more is only there. I'll complete it in time. Maps. We'll complete maps using the COVID data set. I think by the time we complete this, no, necessarily we'll be shifting here and there. Meanwhile, are you able to follow? Hello? 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 No one is responding. Hello, I'll
Yes.
call.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, okay. I just want to ensure that you are there. No, this uploading into Colab, the file is getting uploaded into Colab. Only when it is uploaded into Colab, then only we'll be able to access it. So I think it is a very long, large file. It is taking more time for uploading. Only 50% is complete. I just wanted a text file, that's all. Any of you have Python knowledge? Hello?
Madam, majority don't have Python, don't know Python, madam. I mean, they are not clear about the coding part related to Python, madam. Maybe fundamentals, some people may know, but this coding part, I don't think so, ma'am.
Business people, these MBA people, usually you use R or Python?
Yes, madam. We use R, madam. Actually, in our JNTUA, we have a subject R programming. So we know, madam, but I don't know how many of the participants are aware about R and Python.
Okay, but I think when you go for a job, these students or even for faculty, Python is industry is depending upon Python than R. R is okay for research, but when
Yes,
you go
ma'am.
to companies, no, usually
Madam, one thing, madam, all the participants are faculty only, ma'am.
okay. Even for
No
faculty, no,
students.
when you want to.
This FDP is meant for only faculty, ma'am.
Okay. So even for faculty, you require, I think you have to learn Python. It is not very easy, not very difficult, very, very easy to learn Python because
Yes,
it is
ma'am.
very simple language and learning Python within 1 week you can gain good knowledge.
Yes, ma'am. Sure,
So
ma'am.
there are good courses on Python and Coursera. Anytime you want to learn anything, it is better you go for Coursera. Lot of courses, good courses are there. Within a week,
Sure.
you will have a good hold on the language.
Sure, madam. I will pass on this message to all the participants and faculty of our department also, ma'am.
Python is very simple language.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
So R is also used, but compared to Python, R is less used
Okay,
by
ma'am.
the industry.
Okay, ma'am. Yeah. Oh, okay, ma'am. You can continue the session.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for this file to get uploaded.
Okay, ma'am.
Taking very long time. Just for this word cloud, I require this text file.
Madam, your voice is low, madam.
No, huh?
Your
You should have
voice
told
is
me now. You should have told me in the beginning. Now?
now, madam. From the starting, it's good, madam. Now it is somewhat low, ma'am.
Okay. Maybe because I'm not I'm not close to the speaker.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Over. It is almost over. And where are the participants from? Different parts, different colleges?
Yes, madam. Different AICT approved institutions, madam.
Okay. Around 30, more than 30 are there.
Madam, please adjust your volume, madam.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
Sure. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, it is done. It is done. File upload is done. So let me copy this wines review. Copy the path. Okay. Now this data set has reviews on some product. I think it is wine product. Okay. So what are the different columns of this data set? Okay. So one of the columns is country, description, designation, price, something. One of the columns is a description. Okay. So that description column we will take. So we will take description, wine of description. Description column. I'll just take the first row of the description column. Okay, this is the text. So on this text, we want to create the word cloud. Okay, let me save it in text, in a variable text. So we want to generate the word cloud on this text, first description. First row, description column value. On this, we want to generate the word cloud. Okay, so text, generate word cloud on text. Okay, now I want to show the figure. So for showing the figure, for displaying the figure, plt dot image show, and whatever the image that is generated, I have stored in Word. And interpolation is equal to bilinear, means you want to have a smooth figure. That's all. See here, in this text, dried is the very frequently appearing word, followed by aromas, then include, then broom. So depending upon the frequency of the word font will change. More the frequency, the bigger the word in the word cloud. This is called as word cloud. Okay. Suppose you want to save this. I can also save this into a file. Even any graph, I can save it into a file, so that that file, PNG image file, you can put it in your publications. Once you create a graph, how do I include in my publications? I have to save it as a file, PNG file. So I can save word dot to_file. What is the file name? I'll give some file name. So some sample.png. I want to save this word cloud graph into a file. Okay. Now you see here in this, see sample.png, you can download it. Okay, and put it in your publications, any graph. Similarly, other graphs also, all these graphs, bar graphs, pie charts, everything you can save it into a file. Okay, for saving those graphs, see here, I'll just put this, I'll just execute this. Okay, now I want to save this into a file. plt dot save fig. This is bar graph. Sorry, pie chart. Pie.png. Okay, this will be saved as pie.png, which you can see here. Later on, you can download it. So any graph you can save it to a file. Similarly, this word cloud also you can save it to a file using to_file, word.to_file. Okay. Now, suppose I want to have the different background. Here the background is black. I want to change the background to white. Okay. How do I change? So I'll say comma background color is equal to white. Oh, background color. Somewhere this background color is equal to white. No, let me remove this. No, background is background color. So something like that. I have to retype and see what is the exact. Oh, doing something else. I'll see what is the exact name of the parameter. Oh, not here. While creating the here, generate here, I have to say word. Okay, here I'll say background underscore color is equal to white. Okay, so I can change the background color so that it looks more neat. Okay, and we can also specify it is coming in the form of the word cloud is coming as a rectangle. Suppose you want to have it as a different shape. I want to put these words into the shape of India map. I can also do that. Word cloud, you want to put it in a particular shape. Okay, so for that, let me take the entire description. So all the descriptions of every row I will take is equal to okay. So I'll just join all the descriptions of every row. Every row has a description column. All the descriptions I will join into a single text file. Okay, join review for review in line of description. I'm going to form a single text file out of this. Okay. Wine. Where is wine? W-I-N-E. Okay. What is the length of this file? How many words are there in this text file? So many words are there. Oh, so many words are there in the text file. Earlier, I have taken the review of only one row. Now I have combined everything into one text file. Now we will, so we will create a word file, word cloud. Okay, copy. Then we will also show the image. So a bigger word cloud will be created. Now so many words are there. So many. I can also exclude the stop words. Stop words is, for, ye, the, all that I can exclude. Okay, see so many. Out of this, drink is the most frequently occurring word, followed by others. You can also remove the stop words by, we can say, remove the stop words. So I'll say stop words. I'll just take one variable is equal to set of. Already I have downloaded the stop words. Now here I can also specify stop words. I'll give this variable, stop words. Background color is this. I'll remove the stop words and then the remaining words only I'm going to put it in the word cloud. Okay, stop words are removed. Now I want to put this into a particular shape, not as a rectangle. We want to put it as in the Indian map shape. Okay, so for the taking the images, I require one import image. Okay. I'll put the mask for this. I want to put this word cloud into a map, in the shape of a map. So for that, I'll create what is called as a mask is equal to np dot, I have to convert into an array, at image dot open. Okay. So I will take the map of India. I'll upload that map of India. Where is it? Indian map, Indian flag or Indian map. Okay. So I'll just copy that into, where is India map? India map PNG file I have taken. Copy the path. Okay, I have taken in which shape I want to display that word cloud. Now I will transform this word cloud into the map colors. Okay, so for that I have to take from word cloud import image generator. Okay. From word cloud image generator, image color generator, sorry. Color. We want to transform this word cloud color into whatever the image, this India map image. Now I will copy this. Where I'll specify the mask. Now here I'll specify the mask into which shape I want. I already saved the shape in mask variable. Okay. That whatever the shape you want, that you have to put it as a mask. Where is that? Okay, I'll take some other map. No, this is all, I have taken the flag. Instead of that, I will take, wait, India map. I'll upload so that it is, you can see it better. India map, I'll put it in this. I'll put it in this shape. Okay. Where is that India.png? So our flag is also a rectangle. That is why you are not able to see it properly. So I'll put it here instead of that. Okay, So your word cloud is appearing as your India flag. Okay, you can have different any shape. So the shape of the word map, you have to give it as mask, into which shape you want. Okay, so the another thing I just want to introduce quickly is the maps. No, I can only just introduce the different graphs. I cannot give the detailed description. Okay, for generating the maps, you have to import Folium. Okay, import Folium. Now I can generate the world maps. Suppose I want to generate the India map. India underscore map is equal to Folium. Okay, dot map. I have to give the longitude and the latitude values of the country. Okay, so location, I have to give in terms of latitude and longitude. So you just see what is the latitude and longitude of India. Latitude and longitude of India is 20.593 and 78.9. Okay, so let me write down 20.593 and 78.96. So I'll specify here the latitude and longitude. So 20.5937, comma, longitude is 78.962. Okay, now just India map, display India map. Lot of pop-ups. Display this, whatever you have generated. See here. Where is it? Now your focus will be on, you have a focus on India map. This is what is on the entire continent, on the entire globe, you have this India map focused. You can also specify what is the zoom size. Comma, zoom is equal to how much you want to focus on. Zoom is equal to some 5. Zoom underscore start is equal to some 5. Okay, so you will be zoomed on to your India. You have to give the longitude and latitude values. Okay, you can also specify in the same map, you want to have how many, what is the terrains and vegetation on this. So you can specify tiles. Titles or tiles? Tiles. Okay, tiles is equal to, you can specify the value to see the vegetation in that area. Terrain. Some stamen, not statement, stamen, not statement. Stamen terrain. Okay, see how earlier that vegetation part is not shown. Now wherever vegetation is there, that green color will appear. Okay, so this will have some meaning when you want to, in this state you want to highlight, suppose where are the maximum number of COVID cases in India, you want to know. Okay, so how do I do that? So I already have the COVID cases. We already have taken COVID data. COVID. Yeah, we already have the COVID data. On this data, you want to impose onto the map. So where are the maximum COVID cases? And what is the, in Maharashtra, what are the COVID confirmed cases? What are the recovered cases? All this you want to find out. So here I will say cases is equal to Folium I want to generate a folium map. Okay, dot feature group. I think small m or capital M. Folium map. You want to create feature groups. I want to display, I want to highlight the area where these COVID cases are more. Feature group. You want to create the feature group. Okay. So on these cases, on this longitude and latitude values for latitude, longitude values, where are these available? They are available in, what is that? COVID cases, no? COVID, what is the first column? Confirmed cases. COVID confirmed, sorry, not confirmed. What is that? X-axis, latitude and longitude. Latitude. I want to specify the latitude, COVID dot lat, is it LAT, capital LAT. What is the latitude and what is the longitude? COVID dot long. Okay, we are taking the latitudes and longitudes of these states. See, I have already saved the latitude and longitudes of Mumbai. I have not taken, I have taken the latitude and longitude of Mumbai, Vijayawada, Karnataka, Bangalore, longitude and latitude, so Tamil Nadu, Chennai, and Kanpur and so on. I have taken the, already saved it in a file. Okay, so that I want to take. Okay, so for this I want to add child. Okay, to this we are folium map dot. I want to represent those areas using circle markers. Okay, circle marker on what are this latitude, and these are the latitude and longitude values, and the marker of radius, some 4 or 5. Okay, I want to highlight the color as some color is equal to some yellow. Okay, yellow, comma. Let me complete up to this. Okay, I have created the markers on those places. Now, these values I want to impose into India map. I have created India map. Here, India map. On this, I want to put this data. This data, I want to put it there. So, India map dot add child of these cases. I want to put it into the India map. Where is that? Okay, comma. 5 comma, not dot. No attribute, feature group or feature groups. Feature, let me type it again so that I'll get the pop-up. Feature feature group, feature groups or feature group. No, feature groups. I'll just see where are the. Now I just want to see the syntax, whether it is feature group or feature groups. I just want to see the syntax. Feature group, folium.map.feature group. It is small one. Okay. See here, wherever those cases are there, you have the circles on this. Okay? These circles are highlighted. Now, when I click on this, I want to get to some text. What is that I have to do? I have to add to the above one. I will add some more. Whenever I want to, I click those circles, I want to get some text out of that. So for that, to add text to that, we will say that is equal to, we will form what is that I want to display. COVID. What is that? COVID, the data set name is COVID. COVID dot lat. Okay. Longitude is equal to list of COVID dot long, and you want to display the labels. Labels is equal to, I want to display the state names, or I want to display the confirmed cases. Okay, COVID dot confirmed. I want to display the how many confirmed cases are there. So here again I'll say confirm for lat comma long comma label in, I want to take the values from lat long labels. We are taking the values from this. I just want to display the label when I click on that. Okay, folium dot marker. Okay, on this you want to have lat long. On this I want to pop up whenever I put highlight on that, pop up is equal to labels. Okay, dot add to India map. Okay, I just want to highlight whenever something went wrong. Okay, so the labels it cannot be confirmed cases or numerical values. Whenever I give the labels, it cannot be numerical value, it has to be a text. So I'll convert this label into text. Okay, see here. So these are the cases. Now if I go to this and click on that, see I will get what is the confirmed cases and the data I'll get. Okay, suppose I go to here, whatever the confirmed data I have, I'll get it here. Okay, so like that you can also get the values. Only regarding that state you want to get, then you have to give only that value. Okay, so that is all I wanted to tell you. How to create the maps, how to create the word clouds and the other graphs I have covered. I hope I have, I just introduced what is there in Python. I cannot give a complete description of it. I can only give an introduction to what all is available, how they look, how the graphs look. On different sets of data, what graph you have to use. I think I'm done with this because I am crossing the time. I have to stop here. Can I stop?
Yeah, madam.
Yeah. I hope I have given some overview of the graphs available in Python.
Yes, ma'am. Participants, if you have any questions or queries related to the data visualization, so you can ask ma'am. Please unmute yourself and you can start posing your question to the research person. So if you are facing any network issues, please post your question in the chat box.
Yeah, you can put the questions in the chat box, so she will forward it to me, I can clarify. I have to rush up to complete what I wanted to say. Maybe I have gone different bit faster, but I just want to tell you what is available. Any response from any of the participants, any clarifications that are required?
They are giving feedback about the session, madam. Kanyadara madam has replied that the awesome session, ma'am. Participants, if you are having any queries or questions, please ask ma'am directly, or you can post it in chat box also.
If you have any queries, you can send me later.
Yeah.
Because you are getting ready for the next session.
Yes, yeah, ma'am. Really thank you for handling the session on data visualization and enlightening the knowledge of the participants towards data visualization concepts and how to go practical and giving a brief introduction about the Python. I must say, madam, when I am seeing the news, some weather analysis will come. It means in which place the rain is falling, in which place the rain is very high and low, like that. So I think that how these people can do that. But by seeing today's COVID cases on India map, I got a picture that we can see that weather forecasting in the same scenario.
Yeah, you can also see.
Right, ma'am?
Yeah, you can see, you create the data set, you put it in a data frame in a table. From the table, you can extract the data and put it on the map.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you for that. Thank you for your wonderful explanation about the data visualization concept and about the Python also. We require your support and encouragement for conducting various FDP programs and the same system also. And really thank you, madam. Thank you on behalf of School of Management Studies, JNTUA and organizing committee of FDP. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, all of you. Thank you, all the organizers and also the participants for patiently listening to me, because I have not given you any time for practice. But I don't think we can give any time for practice. I can only demonstrate what is available. That is what I tried to do. I hope I have, it was useful to you. Thank you, all of you. Thank you, the management,
Madam,
the organizers.
Excellent, madam. So there is no clump. It was clear and excellent, madam. There is no clumsy in your video, audio, and all. So everything went fine, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, all the participants. They were very patient enough to listen to every graph. Thank you. Thank you, Varalakshmi. Thank you so much.
Madam, it's our pleasure to have you.
Thank you so much. And I have to thank the coordinators also. Yeah. And also all your organizers. I may not be able to specify each and every one, but I am very thankful to the organizers for giving me this time for talking to your participants.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, all of you. Shall I exit?
Oh, yeah, ma'am. Hope we will see you soon on another program.
Okay, I'll exit.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah. Participants, so there is no break for the next session today. So we'll continue with the session of Rashika sir. Sir will join within 1 or 2 minutes. Please stay and listen. Just 2 minutes, sir will join. So good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
So shall we start, sir?
I am ready, but what is the total number? Enrollment?
Sir, it is 35, sir. Actually, just now, Akkalakshmi madam class is done, session was done, sir. Just few minutes back. I think before that, the strength was of around 50, sir.
But what is the total number enrolled?
The total number enrolled is 100, sir.
Okay. So only 35% attendance.
Yes, sir. So maybe we will join, remaining 15 to 20 members will join within 2 or 3 minutes, sir.
Okay. So what do we do now?
Yes, sir, we can start, sir.
Okay. Yeah.
So, good afternoon, sir. I welcome you to the 1-week faculty development program on application of emerging technologies in business. Today, Professor Rashikar Garu is going to deliver the lecture on multivariate techniques for data analysis. So, welcome, sir. Welcome to the day 3 session of FDP program on application of emerging technologies in business. Sir, you can start the session, please.
Yeah. Very good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Some noise is coming. Everybody should mute. All of you should mute your mics. Yeah, fine. Now it is fine. So are you able to see the screen now?
Yes, sir.
Fine.
Yes, sir. It is visible, sir.
Ah, okay, fine, fine. Yes, please. Yeah. So now I'm going to give you a kind of a situation. The topic what I'm going to handle is multivariate techniques for data analysis. So before multivariate, there are different kinds of data analysis techniques. One is univariate, second one is bivariate, third one is multivariate. So what is univariate analysis? What is bivariate analysis? What is multivariate analysis? Any idea? Anybody wanted to respond? Univariate, bivariate, multivariate. Anybody would like to respond? Any example? Bivariate, multivariate? Anybody? What is univariate? What is multivariate? What is bivariate? What is multivariate? Okay.
Univariate in a sense single variable analysis, bivariate two variables, multivariate in a sense you can go for more than two variables.
Fine. So here the idea is the data analysis. What is the purpose of data analysis? Why we should be analyze the data? Why we should be analyze the data?
To know the facts of the, to know the facts, sir. To predict and to know the facts. To predict, sir.
To
judge.
Okay, we would like to predict.
To judge.
To judge.
To judge.
Okay. To judge, to predict. Okay. Fine.
Usually-
We are now making the data analysis to.
Usually we are testing hypothesis, sir. Assumptions. We are testing our assumptions, sir. It is known as hypothesis.
Okay. Now you are bringing the word hypothesis. So we are making data analysis to test the hypothesis, to support the hypothesis, to reject the hypothesis. So I will give you one example. From there we will start the discussion. So this is Simpson's paradox. If you look at this data, there are 80 male, 60 female, 35 accepted, 45 refused, 20 accepted, 40 refused. So percentage wise, 40% male applicants are admitted by a university, but only 33% applicants are admitted. So does this mean there is unfair discrimination? University investigates and breaks down figures for engineering and English programs. So on the face of it, what is that your understanding about this table? By looking at the table, what kind of understanding you have? What is your interpretation of this table? Yes?
Sir, it's
Anybody?
based on the it's based on the total. How many male are accepted? How many female are accepted? with respect to total, sir.
Okay.
And similarly, how many female are accepted, how many female refused entries, female refused entries.
Okay, fine. So what is the
So it's gender wise it's calculated, sir. We need to calculate total wise, sir. 80 plus 60 we need to consider, and how much percentage of male is accepted, how much percentage of female is accepted out from total.
Okay. So finally, now I wanted to ask a single question. Is there any? Yeah.
Sir?
Is there any discrimination? Gender discrimination? Is there any gender discrimination in accepting the application?
Yes, sir. So actually, majority of the
Yes.
people are refusing the entry to go for the engineering and English program.
Okay. So what you want to say is more male are accepted than female.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because number wise 35 or percentage wise 44. 44% of the male are given admission. 33% of female are given admission. 56% male are rejected. 67% of the female are rejected. Fine. Can you mute? Can you mute your mic? Yeah. So now, if I wanted to do a test to know whether it is a gender discrimination or not for this kind of a data, what kind of test we use? What kind of a test we use? Hypothesis testing of hypothesis. What kind of a test we use?
So bivariate test.
Bivariate, okay. What kind of test we use? Yeah, what kind of test we will use? Anybody?
Sir, correlation.
No correlation. What else? What else? Can I use the chi-square test for this? Chi-square test. Whether gender and decision about accepting or rejecting. Can I use chi-square? Yes. Can I use chi-square?
So chi-square is used when you are having two variables that do only expected outcomes and observed observations and expected outcomes. But here the result was clear. I mean, how many are accepting and how many are refused to enter into the engineering and English programs. But I am a little bit confused. How can we go for applying of chi-square to that one?
Okay. 35, 20, 35, 20, 35, 40. Okay. 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 This is the data. Total. Okay. Yeah. Now I would like to test the hypothesis. These are called observed values. And I am supposed to calculate expected values. Observed values and expected values. Observed values are 35, 20, 45, 45, 40. 45, 40. This is observed. What is expected value here? How do we get the expected value? Any idea? Any idea? Okay. Row total into column total by grand total. Okay. In the similar way, row total into corresponding column total by grand total. Okay. Here row total into column total by corresponding column total. Grand total. Row total into column total by grand total. Okay. Fine. So here it is 31.43, 23.57, 48.57, 36.43. If I take the total, it is 140, 140. It's matched. So what is the next step? What is chi-square formula? What is chi-square formula? Anybody would like to say? Chi-square formula? Yes, please. Chi-square test formula. Anybody?
I-square is equals to summation of observed values minus expected
Chi-square
values.
test formula.
Sir, my voice is audible, sir. Hello.
O minus O minus E.
E whole square divided O minus E square O
by E. O minus E whole square by, this is the formula. O minus E whole square. What is O? 35 minus E 31 to the power of 2 by expected. O minus E whole square by, this is chi-square value. Now, what is the degrees of freedom for this? R minus 1 into C minus 1. 1. Level of significance 0.05. What is the chi-square value for chi-square value for 1% degrees of freedom and 5% level of significance? Any idea? Any idea? Table, chi-square table. Just chi-square table. Go to chi-square table. Degrees of freedom is 1 5% level of significance. So the table value is 3.841. 3.841. This is the table value. Table value. Table value 3.841. Calculated value. Calculated value 1.56. Since calculated value is less than the table value, what is the conclusion? Do not reject null hypothesis. What is null hypothesis says? What is null hypothesis says from this problem? What is null hypothesis says? Accepting or refusing is independent of the gender. There is no relationship between gender and accepting or rejecting the application. So this is one simple example I would like to show you. When you look at the values, it appears that 44%, 33%, 56%, 67%. Test the hypothesis. So here, if I wanted to even use this chi-square distribution, chi-square test, actual range and expected range. This is actual range, comma, this is expected range. So without even formula. So this is a chi-square test. Actual values and expected values. So fine. So this is chi-square test, expected value, and this is also calculated. And now this value is more than 0.05. That way also I can say do not reject. So because the values what I have is the chi-square formula. Without using the formula, actual range and expected range. That is what I think I have taken. This is actual range. This is expected range. So it's more than 0.05. 0.05. So table value, if you wanted to have chi-square inverse, 0.05 degrees of freedom is 1. 0.95 probability. Which is table value. The function what I have is chi-square dot inverse. So probability is 95%, level of significance 5%. Anyway, so this is how I can do a chi-square test for a given data. But my interest here is, on the face of it, it appears that unless we test the hypothesis, we see there is a kind of a bias, I can say. That is what I think we appear. But when we look at the analysis, we find there is not much kind of a bias. But what they have done, they have gone one step further. So here, no relationship between sex and acceptance for either of program, so no evidence of discrimination. Why? For example, if you look at here, this is for engineering. This is for engineering. This is for English. This is for English. So here the values are 30, 10, 30, 10. If you look at here, out of 60, 50% are accepted, 50% are rejected. Out of 20, 10% are accepted, 10% are rejected. So, but if you look at the total, it is 60 and 20. Male and female totals are 60 and 20, which are in English. Okay. So in English, accepted, if you look at here, 30 plus 10, 30 plus 5, 35, 10 plus 10, 20. So you can see this 35 can be divided into 30 plus 5. Then this 20 is divided into 10 plus 10. But if you look at the data, The total 80 and 60 are fine, but 80 and 60 also divided, 60 here, 20 here, 20 here, 40 here. So what is the trend you are finding here? For engineering, more male are applied. For English, more female are applied. This is one thing. And if you look at here data 30 and 10, 50%, 50%. Here 5 and 10, 25%, 25%. So on the face of it, if you look at here, so it is equal, 25%, 25%. It is also equal, 50%, 50%. So neither in engineering nor in English, there is a gender discrimination because 75% rejected, 75% rejected, 50% rejected, 50% rejected, 50% accepted, 50% accepted, 25% accepted, 25% accepted. So what does it mean now? We can say there is no discrimination. So 30, 30, 10, 10. Now what now I am trying to do? 30, 30, 30, 30. This is how the table says 30, 10, 30, 30, 10, 10. Yeah. So here I am changing 30, 30. I am not changing 10, 10. So 30, 10 is equal this plus this. So 30, 10, 30, 10, 30, 10, 30, 10. Here 30, 40 into 60 by 80. 40 into 60 by 80. This is so 60 into 40 by 80. 40 into 20, 80. So 30, 10, 30, 10. So here these values are 30, 10. Now I am adding, I am just pasting here so that in a similar way, these two I am copying, I am pasting here. Otherwise, I will do this. Yeah. I would have done it earlier. Yeah. Fine. So what happened now? 0, 0, 0. So this is 0. This is 3.841. So still calculated value is less than 11. So now, even if you look at the subject wise, this is the score for engineering. If you take English, 5, 10, 15, 30. 5, 10, 30. Now if you look at 5, 10, 15, 30, 5, 10, 15, 30. So here, this is equal this. This is equal to this. This is equal to this. This is equal to this. Yeah, here also you can see 5, 10, 15, 30, 5, 10, 15, 30. Not much change. So 0, 0. So calculated value is less than the table value. So what do we say now? Do not reject null hypothesis. So now we have done 3 chi-squares. All the 3 squares, one is overall, second one is subject-wise, engineering and English. So what is that now I'm trying to say here is here by looking at this, it appears without doing our testing of hypothesis, it appears that there is a discrimination. But when I go for further analysis, so 50, 50, 50, 50, 25, 25. So what is our conclusion here? The conclusion says no relationship between sex and acceptance for either program. So no evidence of discrimination. So more female apply for the English program, but it is hard to get into. More males apply to engineering, which has a higher acceptance rate than English. So for example, if you look at English, it is 25%, but whereas in engineering 50%. Okay. But whereas for female, 10% and 10%. So percentage wise, there is no discrimination. So must look deeper than single cross tabulation to find out. So this is what I think, we are trying to earlier, we had only two variables. What are the variables? Accepting, rejecting one, the decision, and the gender is second decision. Now I brought the third variable, that is subject. So by adding one more variable and by making some deeper analysis, I think, we are going to have a clarity about it. This is what is one example I want to do. The other example is, a study of graduate salaries showed a negative association between economic starting salary and the level of earning. So that is, PhDs earned less than master's degree holders, who in turn earned less than those with just a bachelor's degree. So today, if you look at our market, so the graduate salaries are graduate student may be studying for 15, 16 years, 10 plus 2 plus 4. Graduation could be engineering, for example. Then masters, that is 19 years, 10 plus 2 plus 4, 16 years, plus masters 2 years, 18 years. PhD add another 5 years, 23 years. So somebody is spending 16 years in the education system, 18 years in the education system by doing masters, and 23 years by doing PhD. So more the time you spend in academics, more should be your salary. So then I can say there is a positive correlation between the years of education and salary. But here, surprisingly, what is happening is PhDs are earning less than master's degree holders. Masters are earning lesser salary than bachelor's degree. So why? Any kind of a justification you say? On the face of it, is it correct? PhDs are getting lesser salary than graduates, say engineering graduates. Yes, no. Are you able to hear me? Yes, please. Are you hearing me? Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you are able to hear me.
Yes, sir. Your voice is audible, sir.
My question is there any negative correlation with the PhDs are getting less salary, graduates are getting more salary? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. In some situations, it happens. Sir, it happens, sir. Because of the industry support. Industry support, sir. Because IT sector, maybe IT sector is an example. Maybe graduates are getting high salary than master degree than PhD, sir. Maybe, sir.
Fine. Now this is a general understanding we have. Now what I am trying to do, now I am going in deeper analysis, making a deeper analysis. Now I am trying to take teaching, government, private industry. Let us take teaching. So only teaching department. There you see the things. A graduate fellow would be working as a clerk. Master's fellow and the PhD fellow are working as a faculty. So whose salaries are more? Master's and PhD salaries are more or graduate salaries more? I am asking about a teaching department. In a teaching department, whose salary is more?
Master's salary, sir. Master's
PhD, sir.
PhD is more.
PhD is more. PhD.
If you go for government, in government also, the government, when you go for government, PhD is more, but unfortunately sometimes what happens, a PhD holder may be working as a clerk, a graduate may be working as an officer. Possible? Possible. Postgraduate person is working as a clerk. Graduate person is working as officer. Whose salary is more? Graduate salary or postgraduate salary?
graduate, sir.
Graduate. So in government, But there are occasions where in government, teaching is including government and private. That's where I am excluding teaching. But I am looking for some other departments. So then, sometimes a senior person is only engineering graduate, but a junior person may be a PhD. But whose salary will be more? A BTech person's salary is more or PhD person's salary is more? I'm asking the boss is a senior, who is only graduate. Subordinate is a very youngster, very recently joined. He is a PhD holder. Whose salary will be more? A PhD holder or graduate?
Obviously, PhD holders.
Graduate.
PhD holder joined
Graduate,
as
sir.
assistant executive engineer. Graduate is a chief engineer. He joined long back. Then obviously, whose salary will be more? Chief engineer's salary will be more.
But because
Yes,
of
sir,
the
yes, sir,
workload, they will get the high salary.
Then I am bringing two things here. One is seniority, work experience. Second one is designation. So now, one more variable is the nature of the sector, teaching sector, government sector, private sector, industry sector. So when I am getting the data deeper with the multiple variables, so initially we had only two variables, years of education and salary. But now I am adding one more variable, sector in which they are working, teaching, like government or private or industry, government industry and private industry. In private sector also sometimes what happens, a graduate may be having a lot of communication skills and lot of marketing skills. So that person may be getting more incentives and more salary than a fellow who is working above him. Is it possible? Salary wise, I may be drawing less, but because of my performance, incentives in others, I may be drawing more than my boss. One such example could be a LIC agent. Some LIC agents may be drawing more, having more income than LIC development officer. Do you agree?
Yes,
Some
sir.
LIC agents. But what would be the qualification of an agent? What is the qualification of a development officer? What is the designation of a hierarchy? Like a hierarchy. What is the level of a LIC development officer? What is the level of LIC agent? You got my point? You got my point? So that means, in general, you may say that there may be a discrepancy, but this discrepancy, whatever we perceive, based on some stray examples, very stray examples, not everywhere. Even in the same software company, where you are referring to, a graduate is getting more salary, but a PhD holder may be working as a kind of a scientist, consultant or scientist, or maybe working as a faculty in the training institution. So in that cases, even if you are working in the private sector, but still a PhD holder or master's fellow may be drawing more salary than a graduate. So what I am trying to bring here is, when you are bringing some more variables, our outcomes are going to change. Most of the time, we make some kind of a conclusion based on a limited information. But if you add more and more information, then our idea or our approach would be keep on changing. So employer type was confounded with the degree level. So employer type, what kind of employer it is. Each sector showed a positive relationship. So sometimes what happens, sector-wise is positive relationship, but overall it appears that there may be a negative relation. So when I am taking some sectors, most of the sectors one after other, in most of the sectors, yes, more qualified, more salary. More qualified, more salary. That is the general understanding. But in general, our approach and our perception towards this is going to differ. That is the reason why, instead of doing with one variable, instead of doing with the two variables, instead of doing with one variable, instead of doing with the two variables, if you are going to have more variables, I am going to have more insights. For a minute, we will just move from this topic to a general topic. So now I would like to make a statement that love marriages are better than arranged marriages, or arranged marriages are better than love marriages. This is one kind of information I wanted to check. So which marriages are better? Whether love marriages are better or arranged marriages are better? In terms of, now I would, the better means, here I am trying to see some kind of a variable I am trying to bring, because better is kind of very subjective. So what I am trying to say, number of divorces. So do we have more divorce in love marriage or more divorce in arranged marriage? So what I do, in the last 1 year or 2 years, I will take the data. How many divorces happened in a particular city or particular country. Then I would like to see how many of them are through arranged marriages, how many of them are through love marriages. Love marriage, arranged marriage, divorce, no divorce. Total marriages happened, I know. Out of that, I can classify them. Arranged marriage, so many. Love marriage, so many. Number 2. And also, out of this arranged marriage, how many are staying happy? I don't know. Whoever is not divorced, it doesn't mean that they are staying happy. That's a different story. But for a theoretical purpose, they are assuming that not taken divorce means they are okay. There could be several reasons why somebody is not taking divorce. It doesn't mean that whoever is not taking divorce, they are having very happy married life. That's a different story. But theoretically, for this discussion purpose, I am assuming that I think there are 2 categories. One is divorce and staying happy, staying not divorce, living the life as a family couple without any issues. Again, quote and unquote. So the second part is arranged marriage. Now I give you some kind of a data. Now I ask you to comment by looking at the data whether the divorce is independent or dependent on nature of the marriage. This is what is the kind of a question. Now what kind of conclusions you can make out of it? What kind of conclusions you can make out of it? Yes? Love marriage, arranged marriage, divorce, no divorce. This is the 2 by 2 matrix. I give you 2 by 2 matrix. And I ask you to test whether the nature of the marriage is dependent or independent of the divorce. Divorce are independent of nature of the marriage or dependent of the nature of marriage. This is a question. You tell me, how do we go about it?
Actually, divorce depends upon the love marriage or arranged marriage. So we can't say that it is entirely depend upon the love marriage or arranged marriage.
Okay. So now I have given the table, 2 by 2 table, 2 rows and 2 columns. Arranged marriage, no marriage, divorce, no divorce. The way we had earlier table. So now, you can mute it. You can mute, please. You can mute, So now what I am trying to say, the next question I am going to say, there are some marriages which are love first, then arranged later. Not that every marriage is arranged only, every marriage is love only. There are some marriages which happened both. First they had a love affair, then parents have agreed, and it is like more like an arranged marriage. It appears like an arranged marriage. Then also, I would like to add some more variables. Divorce may not be dependent only on nature of the marriage. Divorce is also dependent on the educational qualification of the wife and husband, number 1. Number 2, employment positions of the male and the female, wife and husband, number 2. Financial position of the male and female, number 4. Having children, no children is also another kind of a dimension. Having children, no children. And whether it is happening in the same caste or intercaste. The 2 castes are same, 2 castes are different. Or even religions, whatever. So when I am adding these many variables, one after another, then my analysis is going to give me very, very interesting observations. I can do one after another, or I can do all of them simultaneously. So these are some classic examples of multivariate, where we require to use multivariate data analysis tools. That is what I think, I wanted to give you such kind of a motivation. So here, if you look at this kind of a relationships, what we do here, A and B, changes in A cause changes in B. So if you look at this, A and B, A is causing B. So if there is a change in A and it affects B. Okay, so now can you give me one example for this first causation? For first causation, can you give me one example? A causes B. Changes in A cause changes in B. Can you give me one example? Say for example, A and B, one is X, one is Y. A is X, B is Y. So changes in X will cause changes in Y. I want an example from you. Yes, please.
If you go for law marriage, there will be no divorce. If you go for arranged marriage, there will be transfer divorce. Instead of law marriage, if you go for arranged marriage, there will be transfer divorce.
No, here, yeah, wait. Just, can you mute now? See, here what is happening is variable A and variable B. And again, now we are discussing about law marriage, arranged marriage, they are kind of a categorical variables. Now, but if you go for a metric variable, the simple example I can say, X and Y is the income, X is the number of earners in the family. Number of earners in the family, X, Y is the family income. So family income is dependent on number of earners in the family. But X is changed to X plus something, then obviously Y is also going to change from Y plus something. That means if you add one more earning member, obviously we are adding some income to the family. So the second example I can give you, the advertising budget versus sales. So sales depends on advertising. So advertising is one variable, sales is another variable. So adding something to the advertising budget, then it will influence the sales. So assuming that advertising budget is X, sales would be Y. If X is going to be X plus delta X, Y is going to be Y plus delta Y. But even if you are adding delta X, there is no change in Y. That means what it says now, X is not causing Y. That means there are some other factors influencing Y, not X. That means when you are spending a lot of money on advertising, still you are unable to make the business. You are unable to make the sale. Then now I can conclude that sales are not just dependent on advertising. It may be dependent on many other variables. That is how I think we can conclude. The second one is common response. Changes in both A and B are caused by changes in a third variable C. So third variable C, changes in A and B are caused by third variable C. Can you give me an example for that? One variable is causing two variables. So for example, X is one variable. It is influencing Y1 and Y2. Is influencing Y1 and Y2. I need one example for that. One variable influencing two variables. What is that you can say? Say for example, education. Education is one variable. Education influences employment. Education influences employment. Education also influences empowerment. Education leads to employment. Education leads to empowerment. So this empowerment and education both are influenced by education. Education is one variable, but it is going to cause multiple effects. That is common response. Changes in both A and B are caused by changes in a third variable C. The next one is confounding. Changes in B are caused both by changes in A and by changes in third variable C. So here, changes in B are caused both by A and C. So earlier what happened? One independent variable is influencing two dependent variables. Now, one dependent variable is influenced by the changes in A and by changes in third variable C. So A and C are independent variables. Two independent variables are influencing one dependent variable. So can you give me an example for that? Two independent, earlier one independent variable influencing two dependent. Now I am asking, two independent variables are influencing one dependent variable. Yes? Salary. Salary is a dependent variable. So here experience and a qualification. Experience is independent variable, qualification is independent variable. So by changing the experience, your salary will increase. By changing the qualification, your salary will increase. So that is how this is called confounding. The changes in B are caused both by changes in A and by changes in third variable C. C A and C are influencing B. C is influencing A and B. A is influencing B. The first case B is dependent variable. Second case A and B are dependent variables. Third case B is dependent variable. So A and C are independent variables. I think you should have some clarity about what is independent variable, what is dependent variable. Okay. This is one. Yeah. So in each of these examples, the bivariate analysis, that is cross correlation, that is two variables or correlation, gave misleading results. Introducing another variable gave a better understanding of the data. It even reversed the initial conclusion. So I'll show you one thing, then we can understand better. So I will take one variable here. I would like to say education leads to empowerment. Do you agree? Education leads to empowerment. Do you agree? Yes, no? Yes. Education leads to empowerment. Now I will also say education leads to employment.
Yes, sir.
Employment leads to empowerment.
Yeah.
Education leads to employment. Employment leads to empowerment. Is it okay? So empowerment can happen through education, through employment. Change in education leads to change in employment. Change in education leads to change in empowerment. Change in employment leads to change in empowerment. This empowerment and employment also influenced by gender. So, for example, the employment leads to empowerment, but it is true for both the genders or not. Both the genders are not. Or maybe now I can also bring, since in our society there is something called caste. Caste. So here in caste also what is happening? There is upper caste, lower caste. So now how this power kind of a place that sometimes an upper caste person may be in the lower position but will have more empowerment. lower caste person may be having in the higher level in the job hierarchy, but not having such kind of empowerment. That means there are many other factors also influencing this relationship. The same is the case with gender. A male officer versus a female officer. For the same position, who is more empowered? Male is more empowered or female is more empowered? Sometimes a male is in the lower job may have more empowerment than female in the higher job. This is all kinds of things. Now all these things can be tested. So here, we are trying to understand, what is this is I can consider as an independent variable. Independent variable. Independent variable. This is a dependent variable. And this variable is a mediating variable. Mediating variable. And these variables are moderating variables. So this is how I think we are trying to understand the more than two. So that's where, as I said, even all of us know that in the correlation, there are two variables you can take. One is advertising, sales. So tell me one more variable which is influencing these two. Sales are influenced by advertising, but other than this advertising and sales relation, there are some other variables which are also influencing sales. Can you name those variables? What are those other variables which are influencing sales other than advertising? Look at advertising and sales, it is going to become a bivariate analysis. Now I am going to add one more variable. Can you tell me some variables which are influencing the sales other than advertisement? Yes, please. There must be some marketing faculty, management faculty.
So it may be product, sir, product quality.
Quality. Okay, now fine. I am now writing quality.
Or price.
Price. Okay. One more.
Salesman efficiency.
What do we say? What do we say? What do we say?
Salesman, sir. Salesman effort.
Efforts, not, efforts. So now this I am calling as X1, this I am calling X2, this I am calling X3, this I am calling X4. So X1, X2, X3, X4. All of them are causing Y. This is Y. Now I am interested to know. Can you just mute your mic? Can you mute your mic? Can you mute your mic?
Morning 10 start చేస్తే ఈవినింగ్ 6 దాకా ఇక్కడ ఒకటే
Can you mute your mic?
పోతుంది వాళ్ళ క్వశ్చన్స్ చేస్తారు యూనివర్సిటీ అనంతపూర్ వాళ్ళు ఇన్ని సెషన్స్ అయితే చదువుకుంటాం మేము.
Sunil Kumar, you have to mute yourself.
ప్రతి సెషన్ కి అటెండెన్స్ సార్.
Yeah. So now X1, X2, X3, X4. These are all independent variables and Y. So now mathematically I can say Y is a function of X1, X2, X3, X4. So here I am now trying to look at Y relationship with X1, X2, X3, X4. Broadly, this is the basis for our multivariate analysis. So this is the basis of our multivariate analysis. There are several multivariate analysis techniques. So here there are more than one variable is influencing the dependent variable. So we are trying to look at how this independent. Sometimes what happens, this X1 and X2 are also connected to each other. X1 may be influencing X2, X1 to and X2 is influencing X3. So now when I am trying to look at this relationship, it's just not Y here and X1, X2, X3, X4. This And also this is the possibility for this kind of a relationship. Or it may be a stronger or weaker, but still there is a possibility. So these many ways, we are trying to understand how this is going to influence. The whole idea here is we need to know what are all possible causes for variation in Y, whether x1, x2, x3, x4. So now I can say x1, x2, x3, x4, then x1, x2, x2, x3, x3, x4. I would like to see which is strongly influencing, which is weakly influencing the Y. And also in the process, we are trying to do a lot of mathematics. This multivariate analysis is one such kind of a tool, technique, what we are going to use very effectively to understand. So what it says, in these examples, the bivariate analysis, that is a cross tabulation or correlation, gave misleading results. Introducing another variable gave a better understanding of the data. It even reverted the initial conclusion. So initially we thought, so now I can also ask you another simple question. The suicide, I try to say suicide. What are the reasons for suicide? Why somebody commits suicide? There are several reasons. Yeah, we try to write all these factors. So now can you tell me one factor, reason for suicide? Why people commit suicide?
Depression, sir. Stress.
Depression. And second one is stress. You said both. What else? What do you say? Depression and stress. What else? Why somebody commits suicide?
Sir, because of so many failures.
Okay, failures. Fine. Then love failure, job failure, education failure. Okay. Then what next?
Right person to share, sir.
Okay. Now what do we say that? How do you put it? Lack of
Financial problems.
Lack of friends are near and dear. You share what you said. Yeah. Then what else?
Financial problems.
Financial problems, right? Financial problems. Okay, fine. What else? One more you tell me. I'll stop there. Having drawn the line, I would like to have one more answer. Depression, stress, failure, lack of friends, financial problems. What else? Ill health. Yes? Ill health?
Yes, sir.
Somebody is having, ill health. Okay. And also, if you wanted to have one more variable, extramarital relations. And nowadays, when you look at the newspapers, these extramarital relations are responsible for either suicide or murder. Both are happening. Sometimes, self-killing or killing somebody, whatever. I think,
Yes,
but my interest here is, you said, depression and stress. But don't you think that, stress is linked to depression? Stress is linked to depression. In the similar way, failure is not leading to depression. Lack of friends, is it not leading to stress? Financial problems, is it not leading to depression and stress? Health, is it not leading to stress? So that means what is happening is not only Can you mute your mic? Yeah. So not only x1, x2, x3, all these things now I am calling it as x1, x2, x3, x4. x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6, x7. And this is y. So not only x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6, x7 are causing y. Even X1 is also indirectly causing X2. X2 is also causing indirectly X3. This is how we are trying to understand the relationships. Okay. So with this kind of a background, so commonly have many relevant variables in market research surveys. One not atypical survey had 2,000. One not atypical survey had 2,000 variables. Sometimes the variables can be enormous. Typically, researchers pour over many cross tabulations. I think if you look at nowadays the dissertations, people keep on showing lot of cross tabulations, and based on the cross tabulations, they are making all superficial conclusions. So, but if you make a deeper analysis, most of your superficial conclusions are going to be useless. Most of your superficial conclusions are not going to make any sense. But unfortunately, today if you look at our research, I think most of the time we take some cross tabulations, we do some chi-square, and we do univariate analysis, or you do bivariate analysis, and you draw conclusions. But in reality, when you go for a deeper analysis, I think the reasons are much more beyond our imagination. And if by doing some deeper analysis, some of your conclusions also may be proved wrong. So, however, it can be difficult to make sense of this, and the cross tabs may be misleading. This is what I wanted to say. So I can also give you one more example for this misleading thing. Smoker, non-smoker. Cancer, no cancer. Okay. So I have some data, total. Here also I have total. So total I have made some 1,000 people survey. Out of 1,000, smokers are 200, non-smokers are 800. So out of 200, 50 people are having cancer, 150 are having no cancer. Out of 800 non-smokers, I have 100 people are having cancer, 700 people are no cancer. So it is 850, it is 150. So this is the table I am giving you. This is one kind of a cross tabulation. I think such kind of cross tabulations you will have many in your research. Now tell me, based on this, what kind of a conclusion you are going to make. Whether cancer is independent of smoking or dependent of smoking. Yes, please. Yes, please. Whether cancer is independent of smoking or dependent of smoking. Look at only the data, not your general understanding. What is that you can conclude here?
Independent, sir.
Yes? Independent. Now let me see the percentage. What's the percentage? 25%. Here, 75%. And here, 100 by 8, 1 by 8, 12.5%. It is 87.5%. Now, what do you say now? 25%, 12.5%. 75%, 82%. What do you say now? What do you say now? Whether, because if you see among non-smokers only 12.5% are having cancer. Among smokers, 25% of them are having cancer. What do you say now? Whether they are dependent or independent? Yes, please. Okay. Now I will give you another example. You go to a cancer hospital, you find 100 people, 100 cancer patients. Out of that, 20 people are smokers, 80 people are non-smokers. What do you conclude? When I find 100 people in a cancer hospital, I go to a cancer hospital, I found 100 people, out of which 20 are smokers, 80 are non-smokers. What is the conclusion I can make?
20% of the
So now what do you say now?
20% of the people are smokers, sir. 80% of the remaining are non-smokers, sir.
But even non-smokers are having the cancer. 20% of them are having, out of 100, only 20% are smokers and 80% are non-smokers. So what does it mean? Now one can conclude that non-smokers are more prone to cancer than smokers. Can somebody conclude like this? Can somebody conclude like that? But the next question is, what kind of cancer I am speaking? This is also very important. Whether I am speaking lung cancer or cervical cancer, breast cancer, mouth cancer, throat cancer, brain cancer, lung cancer, of course, kidney cancer, liver cancer, I don't know. So this is also one other important aspect. And also I will bring gender. What gender is going to say? I am going to bring age. I am also going to bring family history. So like that, by adding so many other variables, my conclusion keep on changing. That is what I am trying to say. That is the beauty of this multivariate. That is the reason why we require this multivariate analysis, because this multivariate analysis will help us in getting into deeper and deeper and deeper. This is what I wanted to communicate. Is it clear now? Have you got enough knowledge, information about why do we go for multivariate analysis now? Got the inputs? So MVA can also reduce the chance of obtaining spurious results. Multivariate analysis can also reduce the chance of obtaining spurious results. Can help summarize the data. Example, fact analysis and segmentation based on agreement ratings on 20 attitude statements. So, for example, you look at this FDP, whatever FDP you are attending. So, you are attending this FDP. So, now somebody wanted to assess the quality of FDP, the quality of FDP. So, now you tell me what are the various factors you will take into consideration in evaluating this FDP. Whether this FTP is successful or failure. This is what I wanted to know. Then what are the factors you are going to evaluate? What are the metrics based on which you are going to conclude this is going to be a successful FTP, this is a failure FTP? Tell the factors. What are the factors influences in judging the quality of FD? Yes, please.
So timings.
What is it?
Organizing, sir. Organizing.
Okay.
Organizing.
Then what else? After organizing. What next?
Quality sessions, sir. Quality sessions.
Okay. Quality session number 1. Number 2, organizing skills. Number 2, quality. Number 3.
Time management, sir.
And that is organizing. Okay, bring time management. Yeah. Next.
Active participation, sir.
Active participation of the participants. Okay. Fine. Next. Next. Okay, you forget about FDP. Now let us come to very specific. All of you are teachers, I am also a teacher. When you wanted to assess a quality of a resource person, rating of the resource person. For example, you are attending this workshop and getting exposed to several faculty members. So tomorrow somebody will ask you, I think, to identify one of the best resource persons of the program. To identify one of the best, not only one, the best resource, not one of them, the best resource person of the program. So to identify that best resource person of the program, what are the kind of parameters you will take into consideration in evaluating that best resource person? Yes, please. I am only asking a very simple question. You are a teacher, I am a teacher.
Sorry.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes?
Experience, sir. Experience.
Number one, experience. Number two, you tell me as many factors as possible. That's what I think the factor analysis example. Yeah.
User engagement.
Okay, engagement, student engagement, participant engagement, user engagement, experience of the resource person. Number two. Number three.
Deliberation, presentation, deliberation.
Also part of engagement.
Part
of engagement. But yeah, what next?
Audio video visibility.
Okay. Technical support. Okay, fine. Technical issues, technical support, quality of technical services. Okay, then.
So the content that they are able to use.
Yeah, content. The content what they are delivering. Yeah, that is one. Okay, then. So what we do such kind of a brainstorming from the class. So each one of you will contribute some items. So I will all add them and finally identify some items by doing some statistical analysis. So that is how I am trying to identify those items. So based on those items, I will conduct kind of a survey, making some kind of a statements. So what is the statement I am going to make? The resource person's content is highly useful, highly relevant. The resource person is motivating, having strong motivational skills. The resource person enjoys teaching. The resource person insists on two-way communication. The resource person managed time so well. The resource person has engaged all the participants. The resource person has given enough inputs. The resource person has discussed a lot of applications. The resource person is friendly. The resource person is jovial. The resource person having a lot of intellectual ability. The resource person made a lot of homework reported in the class. Like that, I will make the statements. And I will ask all the participants to rate on 1 to 5 scale. 5 is strongly agree, 4 is agree, 3 is neither agree nor disagree, 2 is disagree, 1 is strongly disagree. So I will give you such kind of a statement. So once I give such kind of a statement, you are now trying to fill it. So once you do that, I will do some kind of a fact analysis from where I am trying to identify the factors. This is what I think, If some of you are interested to know more about that, yeah, my website I have given address, and otherwise also you go to Google and type my name, and we have developed several scales to measure service quality, right from railway passenger to airline passenger to healthcare to mobile telephone to tourism to higher education. I think we have developed several banking customers. So we spent, our scholars have spent, their entire 3 to 4 years of time in developing the skill. So we are very good at developing the scale. So you can see how the scale can be developed. So how this kind of factors can be identified. So the multivariate analysis methods are basically two types. Analysis of dependence, where one or more variables are dependent variables to be explained or predicted by others. When one or more variables are dependent variables to be explained or predicted by others. That means, just now I have given you an example of salary. Salary is a dependent variable. So that depends on several independent variables. Now you tell me, can you mute your mic, please? Mute your mic. Yeah. So salary is a dependent variable. What could be the possible independent variables? One I said experience, second one education, third one designation, then fourth one salary is dependent on what? Education, experience, designation. What else? What else? Anything else which influences the salary? Gender? Current salary is equal to influence by previous salary, the salary at the beginning salary, the beginning what salary you have. Right, performance, current performance. These are the factors influences. So for which we use multiple regression, where y is a dependent variable, x1, x2, x3, x4 are independent variables. And the PLS, I think, partial least squares. Okay. Then MD. The analysis of dependence, no variables thought of as independent. Look at the relationship among the variables, objects or cases, cluster analysis and factor analysis. There is no variable can be thought as a factor, dependent or independent variable. So all of them are having an equal kind of a shape. So a classification of a selected multivariate methods, all multivariate methods can be classified, for example, or some of the variables are depends on others. Yes, no. If they are yes, go for dependence methods. No, go for interdependence methods. That is dependence method. Second one is interdependence method. So then, in dependence method, how many variables are dependent? One dependent variable, several dependent variables, multiple independent and dependent variables. So one dependent variable, multiple independent variables, several dependent variables, one independent variable, multiple independent variables, multiple dependent variables. So dependence methods, how many variables are dependent? One dependent variable, several dependent variables, multiple independent and dependent variables. So in dependence methods, how many variables are dependent? So one dependent variable, one metric, non-metric. The dependent variable is metric, go for multiple regression analysis, whereas it is non-metric, that is multiple discriminant analysis, MDA. So it is a metric, for example, like salary, sales, these are all metric variables. So there we are going for multiple regression analysis. Non-metric is a multiple discriminant analysis. That's what I think you have seen, that MDA. So MRA is multiple regression analysis. MDA, it is multiple discriminant analysis. So here non-metric means promote, not promoted. This is the outcome. Promoted, not promoted. Buy, will not buy. This is the kind of a outcome. So if you wanted to know who will buy, who will not buy, who will be promoted, who will not be promoted. So for which I will take the factors which are going to influence purchase, the purchase decisions. So once you identify such variables, Then based on those variables, you try to arrive a kind of a cutoff score. Above that score, they will purchase. Below that scale, they don't want to purchase. So then that is called, discriminant analysis. So that means the equation what we are developing, above which is yes, below which is no. Yes, above which is promoted, below which is not promoted. Promotable, non-promotable. Right. So then satisfied, not satisfied. So this is the kind of an outcome. So when we have such kind of an outcomes, so we are going for multiple discriminant analysis. The dependence method, how many variables are dependent? There are several dependent, then metric, then several dependent variables, but they are metric. Then we can go for the MANOVA, multivariate analysis of variance. Analysis of variance is ANOVA. So this is the multivariate analysis of variance. It is possibly known as MANOVA. It is MANOVA. Then non-metric, if it is non-metric, go for conjoint analysis. Go for conjoint analysis. In dependence methods, how many variables are dependent? So multiple independent and dependent variables, and metric or non-metric, you can go for canonical correlation analysis. You are going for canonical correlation analysis. In interdependence methods, the inputs are metric. Yes, no, metric, non-metric. If they are metric, go for factor analysis, cluster analysis, multi-dimensional scaling. This is called MDS. It is multi-dimensional scaling. This is MDS. It is MDS. So interdependence methods are the inputs are metric, are the metrics. So it is metric, go for factor analysis, cluster analysis, or multi-dimensional scaling, MDS. So the interdependence methods are inputs are metric or inputs are metric. So then you can see this. So multivariate analysis here, dependence methods, interdependence methods. In dependence methods, one dependent variable, metric, non-metric, metric multiple regression analysis, non-metric discriminant analysis. In the multiple relationship structural equations, several dependent variables, then metric, non-metric, MANOVA, and it is a canonical and the canonical correlation and dummy variables. Interdependence methods in a metric, non-metric, it is a metric go for factor analysis and the cluster analysis. Non-metric, we are going for multi-dimensional scaling and the correspondence analysis. The metric, here we know metric multi-dimensional scaling. Here, in multi-dimensional scaling, we have metric and non-metric. So here, we have now, finally we can say, in this multivariate analysis, we have multiple regression analysis, discriminant analysis, multiple discriminant analysis. Can you mute your mic? MANOVA, multi-ANOVA, that is multivariate analysis of variance, canonical correlation, factor analysis, cluster analysis, non-metric multidimensional scaling, metric multidimensional scaling, and we have conjoint analysis. Factor, cluster, conjoint, multiple regression, discriminant analysis, MDS, and the canonical correlation. These are the kinds of multivariate methods. I think we can offer a full-fledged one semester course on multivariate analysis techniques. So we have a huge syllabus, and we can use manual. We can solve them manually. We can use them by SPSS, and some of them can be done by Excel. If you wanted to do little kind of advanced tools in statistics, Excel, you may do. There are some packages to do this multivariate analysis by using Excel, and of course we have SPSS. We have AMOS. Then we have through AMOS we have this SEM. Then there is also PLS, that is the partial and least squares method. and also we use somewhere path analysis. Like that, we have various R programming. Even by using R programming also, we may do this multivariate analysis. So R programming, somewhere we can do by using Excel, by using SPSS, and also by using the kind of, the extra packages. That's where I think, we have a lot more applications, and today, most of the research papers, whatever we see, they are having a lot of multivariate techniques, multivariate methods in the paper. And unless you have such kind of very advanced tools and techniques, you may not be able to publish your papers in reputed journals. This is very, very important. So that means you may have to learn multivariate analysis techniques. With multivariate analysis techniques, you should be able to improve value to your thesis. And also you can make a very meaningful suggestions, meaningful conclusions. And again, what is the connection between our data analytics and the multivariate methods? Because in data analytics, we are getting the data, and we would like to do some kind of a deeper and deeper analysis. And based on that analysis, we are going to do this multivariate analysis. Okay. So here, why we are using multivariate analysis is for measurement, for explanation, for prediction, for testing of hypothesis. If somebody can ask you, why are we using multivariate analysis? So it is meant for measurement, it is meant for explanation, it is meant for prediction, it is meant for hypothesis testing. So this multivariate statistics investigates more than two variables at a time. This is what I think we have been discussing from the beginning. So it is only one variable, it is univariate analysis. Two variables, it is bivariate analysis. More than two variables, it is multivariate analysis. So it investigates more than two variables at a time. And many times multivariate techniques are a means of performing in one analysis what users will take multiple analysis using univariate techniques. I think somebody who is familiar with this two-way ANOVA, and two-way ANOVA, I think we do it differently than one-way ANOVA, but this two-way ANOVA is nothing but two one-way ANOVAs. So instead of doing two one-way ANOVAs, we are going to do one two-way ANOVA. And somebody also must be aware that there is something called three-way ANOVA, and we have something like factorial design of 2 by 2 by 2. We have three-way ANOVA. Here also we are trying to do three one-way ANOVAs in one ANOVA. That is three-way ANOVA. So multivariate techniques are means of performing in one analysis that uses to take multiple analysis using univariate techniques. The techniques can be used to summarize data and reduce the number of variables. So ultimately, there are multiple items, multiple variables, but we are interested to know which variables are most crucial, which variables are more important, which variables are more significant. So we are also using this multivariate analysis for data reduction purpose, and also we are trying to identify the association, we are trying to identify the dependence and interdependence and so on. So several of the more common multivariate techniques, as I told you, multiple regression, multiple discriminant analysis, fact analysis, cluster analysis, conjoint analysis, multi-dimensional scaling. Further, if you want, there is a canonical analysis and multivariate analysis of the variance, multivariate, then so on and so forth. So this is how we are trying to understand, and I made an attempt to give you some kind of an overview of multivariate analysis, and each of this, I think, we can discuss a day, multiple regression, multiple discriminant. So we do take several sessions to take each, and we also have conducted some FDPs on multivariate analysis, MVA. So if you are interested, you can go through, attend such kind of workshops. Otherwise, through YouTube, you can also do that. And as I told you in the last class, we are offering a course on ARPIC, that is data analysis for social sciences, where we have discussed all these multivariate techniques. So with this, I will stop here. And quickly, if you have any questions, I would like to address. Otherwise, we'll stop here.
Participants, if you have any questions, please unmute yourselves and ask, or else you can post your question in the chat box.
I think people are leaving the meeting. It means there are no questions.
Yes, sir. So no questions are coming. So participants, please post your queries in the chat box, or else you can unmute yourself and ask.
Okay, then people are thanking me. Rajesh Dasari is thanking me. Fine then. Yeah, if nothing is there, we can stop. Thank you very much.
Sir, thank you for your wonderful session on multivariate technique for data analytics. Really, it's a pleasure to have you these 2 days on inaugural and for the first session and the second session on multivariate techniques. So it's really, I had a very great time with you, and so your knowledge and experience towards the concept explanation and the way you illustrate the examples was really extensive. Thank you, sir. Thank you for being part of this FDP and accepting our invitation and taking sessions on data analytics and introduction to data science and data investigation. So thank you very much, sir. On behalf of our JNTUA School of Management Studies and organizing team of FDP, thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay then. Thank you very much. Bye. Bye.
Wonderful and clear and explanation.
So thank you, sir. Participants?
Ma'am, want to share the link, please?
Ma'am, already I shared.
Shared, ma'am. That time I lost my call due to that.
Madam, for that you have to make your own arrangements, madam. Actually, I want to say, no, out of 100 participants, only 45 to 46 members are joining. The rest of the people.
Ma'am, today I joined, ma'am, from morning onwards.
Madam.
Morning onwards I joined.
Let me complete, ma'am, please.
Yeah.
Let me complete. And those people who joined, so they are leaving the meeting in between. It will be dishonor for the resource person because they are taking the pain in order to explain you 1.5 hours. So they are most experienced and resourceful persons. So we took a lot of pain in arranging them. So even though you observe these 3 days, all the resource persons are very highly profiled and knowledgeable persons. At least you have to give respect to their experience and their age. So what's the problem that doesn't I don't know. So the people had given consent, they will attend. So we got nearly 200 registrations. But we send consent to all the 200 participants. Out of 200 participants, we have 100 participants.
You can tell it's better to post in group, ma'am, because I'm attending every session. That's what I'm asking. Just now I missed the call due to this, ma'am.
It's not for you, ma'am. It's for all.
Okay, ma'am.
I hope the people will join from tomorrow at least. So then the schedule will be same for tomorrow also. We will stop the session by tomorrow 10 a.m. Please be on time. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Hello?